Hello everyone and welcome to Make Your Mind. Welcome to the Saturday premiere. This is going to be a good one for sure. I know you've all been waiting, so I'm not going to do too long of an intro. But yeah, this one, oh man, I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. If you saw my premiere on Wednesday, you more than likely saw what the creature was going to look like, but I have added quite a lot of detail since then. And I've also had to, I had to add 2 toothpicks in it so that way it would stand up properly, because the wax clay, it does like to fold in. But I finished all the details and finished all of the evolution, I guess. So let's get started, shall we? This creature, according to the Foundation, must be destroyed as soon as possible. At this time, no means available to SCP teams are capable of destroying it. It's only able to cause massive physical damage. This SCP should be contained within a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter square chamber with 25 centimeters reinforced acid-resistant steel plating lining all surfaces. The containment chamber should be filled with hydrochloric acid until this SCP is submerged and incapacitated. Any attempts to move or speak or breach containment by this SCP should be reacted to quickly and with full force as to call for by the circumstances. This SCP is no joke. This SCP is one of the most dangerous of them all. And that SCP is this. The Indestructable Reptile that is known as SCP-682. Look at this. As you can see, I've made a couple of changes since I first did the sculpt. Added some eyes, as you can see, but I have all the teeth right in there. I got a little bit of gore coming out because this creature, at this point in SCP-682's life, this creature was actually attacked by the one and only SCP-173. Yep, by popular demand, I decided to choose this one. Because I actually had a compelling comment saying that on my initial video, I gave the other one too much screen time. So I figured I'd give this one enough screen time, because it's a lot more terrifying than I realized. Maybe the OG one maybe looked a little bit, maybe a little too friendly, but with the bent rebar. Because this is what 173 looked like after attacking 682. So as you can see, SCP-682 is the Indestructible Reptile, and is also always adapting, always evolving. As you can see, it's evolved these spines coming out of it to defend itself, and when SCP-173 entered its chamber, the Foundation tried to incapacitate its eyes, its original eyes, so then it had to adapt, and it had to make eyeballs all over its body, even in the back right there. So that way, no matter what SCP-682 did, 173 would never move from its position. As you can see, I got all the sort of veins coming out here. I got this arm that it's adapted just for its defense. And the one question that I said in the initial was, do you think the Foundation is actually making 682 stronger by attacking it and trying to destroy it so many times? I don't know. What do you think? I think that's an interesting concept to think that the Foundation is actually destroying it, but I got the rib cage here with the organs that are all exposed because this thing is sitting in a vat of hydrochloric acid and the skin is literally melting off of this creature. And it's staying together because this thing is basically undestroyable. It's completely invincible. And it's always changing, always adapting new techniques in order to adapt to its surroundings. But as you can see, I got the bone structure on the end of the tail. The spine actually sticks out of the rotting skin. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. And then these spines were actually adapted in order to help defend itself. It also has adaptations like armor plating, but Let me go ahead and speak from the wiki, shall we? I'll hold you right here. There we go. SCP-682 is a large, vaguely reptilian-like creature of unknown origin. It appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communication with my favorite SCP-079, the sentient old computer, which I may do a sculpt of that, but I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to do that, because I think that would be very interesting. SCP-682 appears to have a hatred of all life, which it has expressed in several interviews during containment. And it says, see Addendum 682 TAC B, or TAC Bravo. SCP-682 has always been observed to have extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes, though exact levels vary with its form, because of course, it is always adapting and always changing. There we go, look at it from that side. SCP-682's physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds material. SCP-682 gains energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic, so this thing will literally eat anything. And look at those jaws. Look at that mouth. That mouth will literally consume anything. It's truly insane. But it's one of the coolest looking designs. Let's see. Digestion seems to be aided by a set of filtering gills inside of SCP-682's nostrils, which are located right over here. Wow, that's crazy. Just reading over this. Let's see. And its digestion in 682's nostrils, which are able to remove usable material from any liquid solution, enabling it to constantly regenerate from the acid it's contained in. So it actually consumes the hydrochloric acid and uses it to regenerate its body. This thing is no joke. And like I said before, do you think the Foundation's making 682 stronger? I personally think they are. 682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and SCP-682 has been seen moving and speaking with its body 87% destroyed or rotten. So this thing is literally a creature that is both decomposing and composing at the same time. In case of containment breach, SCP-682 is to be tracked and recaptured by all available mobile task forces, and no teams with fewer than 7 members are cleared to engage. Attempted breaches have been numbered at 17, according to the Foundation. So this 682 has tried to escape over 17 different times, while successful breaches have numbered at 6. So it's attempted 17, but only actually successfully made 6. But this creature it's a Keter for a reason. It's a Keter-class creature for a reason. But as you can see, the Foundation tried to take out its eyes, and what did it do? It grew new eyes. They tried to attack it, and instead, what did it do? It adapted spines for defense. It adapted a hand coming out of its body as a secondary appendage. And it even eats the acid. God, I actually didn't know that about 682. Now, upon reading it, but look at the eyes everywhere. This thing has eyes. This thing is just one of the scariest and one of the most ghastly-looking creatures in the SCP universe. And this is what SCP-173 ended up looking like after 682 was attacked and eventually was not destroyed. It eventually grew its eyes, and it was able to eventually keep 173 in place. And 173 damaged itself so much by attacking 682 that it actually removed the concrete from its arms. That's why in this version you see the rebar. Truly staggering, this creature. Quite an amazing thing, SCP-682. And there's also a very cool video that was done by... Actually, I'll leave a description down below. It was actually an interaction between 079 and 682. Because they've known each other, and SCP-079 has learned a lot from 682. 682 has given it a sort of backstory, if you will. And 079 is the only SCP that knows the true backstory of 682. And of course, like many things in the SCP Foundation, it's truly incomprehensible. It's undefinable. This creature is ever-changing, ever-adapting, And there's no stopping what this thing can do. It can grow and change in size, even when it's wounded, even when it's beaten as hard as it was, with chunks of its body taken out, with its organs exposed and everything going on. 682 continues to live on and adapt. And one day, 682 may eventually break containment and truly cause a destructive force indeed. It truly would be the end of the world. Because who knows? I mean, if they attacked it with bullets, it would become bulletproof. If they attacked it with nukes, it would become nuke-proof. So, how do you do it? It's truly the unstoppable force and the immovable object at the same time. It's quite an incredible creature, this thing is. But with that, I actually wanted to give you guys a little bit of a teaser real quick as to what the next premiere is going to be. You're probably... I know I may have stated that it was something else, but I have since changed my mind, mainly because I've acquired some new clay. And just to give you a heads up, I already have some of it started. So this is part of it. And this is part of it, this sort of this white and gray and blue mix. And I also have it, once it mixes, it kind of turns into this color. And just in case you're curious, I actually made a small version of it, just a little doodle, if you will. It's not fully complete, but for next Saturday's premiere, that sculpture is going to be the Ice Dragon. That's right. I'm doing the one cut candidate from Below Zero that, man, I kind of wish that they had put it back in. I don't know where they could have put it, but they could have put some kind of cool biome in there to keep the Ice Dragon going, but this is just one of the coolest looking creatures. So tune in next Saturday for the premiere of the Ice Dragon, and also tune in on Wednesday. Tune in on Wednesday for the preview where I will show you me in the process of actually making this thing. It's going to be epic indeed, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. And also, in case you hadn't noticed, I actually have a PayPal now. I have a paypal.me. So if you guys wish to directly contribute to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Even $1 would help this channel so much. That would help towards getting some better camera equipment, getting a microphone to make better videos for you guys. Because I do want to do live streams in the future. Most definitely I want to do live streams. And I would love to be able to do a video where I actually fulfill many of your requests on live stream right in front of your eyes. So just think about it if you want to, but you don't have to. In fact, just by subscribing, that gives me as much support as I would ever need. But with that, thank you all so much for watching this premiere. It's truly epic, this thing. Look at this. Just do a little take again. How crazy is this thing? Look at all the fingers as well. This thing has so many fingers, and it got the claws as well. Just an amazing looking thing. And with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you on the next Sculpture Showcase.